What happens when the woman who finally escaped the fashion world is pulled back into it? Not as a beginner, but as someone powerful enough to challenge the queen herself. The world changed, trends disappeared overnight, and fame now lives on phone screens instead of glossy pages. But one name still controls fear, ambition, and perfection. In this time, walking back through those glass doors may cost more than Andy Sachs ever paid before. Years have passed since. Andy walked away from the life that once controlled every minute of her day. The early mornings, impossible demands, and silent pressure that followed her everywhere slowly became memories she tried not to revisit. She built a new career far from the shining lights of fashion shows. Her work now felt meaningful, calm, and honest. People respected her for her voice, not for the clothes she wore. For the first time, success felt peaceful, yet peace came with a strange emptiness she never admitted to anyone. Sometimes, while sitting alone late at night finishing an article, she would remember the energy of deadlines, the rush of impossible expectations, and the feeling of standing inside a world where everything mattered intensely. The fashion industry, however, did not stay the same. Magazines that once ruled culture were now struggling to survive. Social media creators were becoming the new tastemakers, and trends moved faster than anyone could control. What used to take months now changed in hours. Brands no longer waited for approval from editors. They chased online attention instead. The power that once belonged to a few legendary voices was slipping away, and the old system was quietly breaking apart. Andy watched all of this from a distance, believing she had truly moved on. But the past has a way of returning when least expected. One morning, a simple message arrived, short, direct, and impossible to ignore. It carried no emotion, no greeting, only a request to meet. The sender's name alone was enough to stop her breath. Memories rushed back instantly, the sound of heels echoing across marble floors, assistants running in panic, and the feeling of being watched by someone who noticed every small mistake. She told herself she would ignore it. She had nothing left to prove. That chapter of her life was closed. Still, curiosity began to grow stronger than logic. Why now? After all these years, why reach out again? News headlines started appearing about major fashion publications shutting down, companies merging, and longtime leaders losing influence. Rumors spread that even the most powerful figures were facing pressure they could no longer control. Andy realized that this meeting might not be about the past at all. It might be about survival. As the day went on, she tried to focus on work, but her thoughts kept drifting. She remembered who she used to be, unsure, eager, constantly trying to keep up, and compared it to the confident woman she had become. The idea of returning no longer felt like weakness. It felt dangerous in a different way. This time, she would not be the same assistant running behind impossible expectations. If she stepped back into that world, she would enter as someone equal, someone who understood its rules. By evening, the decision was made silently. Not out of fear, not out of ambition, but out of something deeper, unfinished business. The fashion world might have changed, but one truth remained. Some doors never truly close, and once opened again, they rarely lead back to the life you left behind. Just when Andy believes she finally understands the rules of the game, she discovers the truth. The game was never about fashion. It was about power. And power never lets anyone leave without one last test. The night of the biggest fashion event of the year arrives like a storm waiting to break. Cameras flash endlessly, crowds gather behind barriers, and every important name in the industry fills the same room, pretending confidence while quietly fearing change. Andy stands at the entrance, calm on the outside, but her thoughts move fast. She realizes this moment is not simply another job or another challenge. It is the point where her past and present finally collide. Every lesson she learned, every sacrifice she once made, has led her here again. But this time, she understands the cost before paying it. Inside, the atmosphere feels familiar, yet different. The glamour remains, but beneath it lies uncertainty. Designers whisper about declining influence, editors worry about relevance, and younger creators move through the crowd with fearless confidence. The old world and the new world exist side by side, each waiting to see which one will survive. Andy notices how people look at her now, not as an assistant, not as someone invisible, but as someone whose decisions matter. For the first time, she feels the weight of real authority and the loneliness that comes with it. Across the room stands Miranda, watching everything without saying a word. Her presence still controls the air itself. Years may have passed, but her sharp awareness has not faded. When their eyes meet, there is no anger, no warmth, only understanding. Both women know this moment is unavoidable. Miranda built an empire on perfection, but even empires must evolve or disappear. Andy represents that change, something Miranda both respects and fears. Their final conversation is quiet, almost gentle, yet filled with meaning. Miranda admits, without truly admitting, that the world no longer obeys the same rules. Andy realizes that she is no longer seeking approval. Instead, she is deciding what kind of leader she wants to become. The choice in front of her is clear: follow the same path that once consumed her, or create something new, something balanced between ambition and humanity. As the show begins, lights dim and music rises. Models step forward wearing designs that symbolize transformation rather than tradition. Andy watches, understanding that this is more than fashion, it is a farewell to the old era. In that moment, she makes her decision. Success no longer means losing herself. She walks forward, not away from the industry, but toward a future shaped by her own rules. Miranda observes silently, a faint expression crossing her face, not defeat, but recognition. The student has changed the game, and as the crowd applauds, Andy realizes the greatest victory was never escaping the world she feared. It was returning strong enough to redefine it.